I finally found the metal snaps my mom said she thought she had, and I sewed them to the back of the dress. I like them much bigger than the black snaps that I used to attach the train. And now we are nearly complete with this. Now I'm going to be doing the veil. Stitch straight edge of lace trim over outer edge of veil, lapping ends where they meet. Okay, so I have the veil here. I hemmed the little hole where her crown is going to, her head's going to be. Now, I didn't wind up buying any trim to go around the veil. What I'm doing is I'm taking the lace, which I have some left over, and no, that's not for kitty cats to sit on. Okay, this is the other side. So, okay, excuse me, folks. I probably am shaking the camera quite a bit here. Okay, so, okay, it's about that long. So what I'm doing is that I'm cutting strips of the of what I used to of this lace, and then I hem both sides, and then I sew it, to the veil, making sure that the glittery side is facing outward. You can see how I attached it, and that's kind of how I'm doing it. And I'm going to sew it around the veil. And sometimes, because that kind of goes in a straight thing, so sometimes you kind of have to kind of put a slight crease into it to make it circle, it kind of, well, I mean, actually this did pretty well, but I'll kind of show you once I get the thing, but first I'm going to hem it. So here's the piece I hemmed. Admittedly, I got a little bit of it's not quite as even. This is the other side. I hemmed everything except the edges here. And then we have our veil. And so now what I'm going to do, I want to line that up and have it overlap with the piece I did. Can you see that? Okay. And then I'm going to pin it in place. And then I'm going to overlap the veil onto the tulle. Much as I can. And pin those in place. Where did I put my little tomato? Oh, right. It's right in front of me. That's why I couldn't find it. Actually, in some ways, it's easier to sometimes turn it upside down to make sure you got the overlapping. Oh, and I took it out of the thing. We've tipped it upside down, and what I'm doing is making sure the tulle, this is the back side of the hem. We're now on the underside, and I'm making sure the tulle is going up onto the lace, and then I'm pinning it. A little bit hard to do. Tulle's rather annoying because it's kind of unruly. Doing like that. And as I said, sometimes you need to do a little bit of a, you might have to do a little bit of a crease. To make it turn, but there. I'm sorry, I may not be getting the best camera images. I know I sometimes wind up, you know, you're in the middle of recording, but you're moving things around, and it gets kind of, it can be difficult. And then my hand blocks the way, but okay. So, yeah. We're just kind of turning it around. I'm not worrying about any creases at the moment. I'm just pinning the tulle to the underside. This is the upside down side. So here we have it. And now we're going to flip it back over. And I'm going to sew up the edges here. Actually, no, I'll probably sew it from the underside. Okay, so that I can get, you know, the look I want. So, actually, I'll do that for you as a demonstration. Can you see it? Okay. No, you can't see it. Damn it. Oh, sorry language about the language, folks. Okay. Alright. Oh dear, now I just dropped a pin on the floor. Of course, sometimes I prefer them on the floor than on the bed. I'm always afraid I'm just going to sit on one and have it stick in my butt. Okay, so this is where the two are overlapping. Sometimes I take the pin out just because it's a little easier. Okay, so first I'm just going to sew the two pieces together. Oh, whoops, it's going the other way. And it's getting out of the camera range again. God, this is hard. Let me sit down. Maybe I'll have better luck if I sit down. Ugh. It gets more complicated. Maybe if I put the thing in front of me. Okay, I don't want that to be a little straighter. Which is, okay, maybe if I do it. How do I do this? Okay. Tulle is really aggravating to work with. It just kind of is going all, it just goes kind of all over the place. Anyway, that's what I'm doing. I'm going to sew up. I'm sorry folks, I'm finding it just very awkward to do that. I'm going to sew that up, and then I'm going to make sure that the tulle is going to be overlapping that, and then we're going to start going up all around that area. And we're on the underside right now, and I'll show you when I get to a thing, to a curve, I'll turn it back on and show you kind of what I do. Okay, so here you see it hemmed up. You know, that side they're sewn together. And then we were turning around, and now we're over here, which is starting to make a turn. And generally, what I find is as long as you just keep the tulle in place, it kind of will just make a turn with you. That's another problem. Sometimes it would probably be easier if I was dealing with two different colors, but sometimes it's kind of hard to tell which fabric I'm working with, because they're kind of both they're both kind of a net type fabric really. And I hope I'm keeping this in the picture. It's kind of hard for me to see sometimes. And when we take a pin out, we just make sure okay, where the tulle is, and we keep the fabric taut. And I find that this pretty much solves the problems of the turns by itself. Okay. So that's what I find you just do. You just keep it taut, and it'll kind of turn on its own, you know. So that's kind of how you do it. I might show you at the next turn how it turns. Okay, the secret here, it seems to be, is just to keep the fabric taut in between your fingers. You know, put the tulle over it, keep the fabric taut, and it'll kind of naturally turn on its own, I find. So, I'm not doing any creases or anything. It just naturally kind of turns on its own. So I still have to do some more sewing, but that's how it's turning out.